Hey, so I've been putting off this video for a little while now, mostly because I've been kind of unsure of where to even start with, even like with an introduction, because I've been really dwelling on my identity and names and stuff. So now I think I'm finally comfortable, and today has been a really good day. I felt good about myself, and even though I should be working, I'm gonna make this. And yeah, so I've been doing a lot of searching, like for a name that kind of fits me. Like I have no dislike for my given name, but it is decidedly female, and I don't always identify as female. And there are times when it just really doesn't feel like me, even though I do like the name, and I'm really attached to my initials too, so I've been like, gotta find a name with a J. But yeah. So I finally found one, and I've been thinking for a while. I've been kind of sitting on it, and I really like the name Jace. It's like it just feels good, and that may change, but for now, that's what I'm gonna kind of roll with. I've been citing my comics for a little while now as Gray, because it's just it kind of stems from it my last name being kind of difficult to pronounce for non-native French-speaking people. Because it is a very, well, not very, but it is a rather French name. But strangely enough, people here in Georgia get it right more often than a lot of people in Canada. Like, even when I lived in Quebec, which is a predominantly French-speaking province, I was like, how are you people not getting my name right? It's French. So, it's a little counterintuitive, but anyhow. So I was thinking, why don't I go by Gray? But it just doesn't really, that doesn't feel right either. And I have had a couple friends calling me Wren, like W-R-E-N, like the bird, which I like, and it's a great neutral name, but after hearing it kind of attached to me, it just doesn't really feel like me either. And so yeah, I've been kind of sitting on it for a little while, and I really like Jace. So I think I'm just gonna go with that. Even with like pronouns and stuff, I'm not terribly against female pronouns. Like, I'm still like female bodied, even if I don't identify that way all the time. And I mean, a lot of the time I don't. So yeah, but I don't. It's not a big issue for me. It's not like a huge deal. Except like there's very rare occasions when it feels wrong. Like even a couple weeks ago, that was probably the first time that I felt genuinely misgendered. And it was just by a stranger, like walking by, like their dog wandered over to like check me out, and they were like, "Oh, leave her alone," to the dog. And I was just like, really, I wasn't trying terribly hard to pass as male that day, but I was wearing pretty masculine clothing. Like I had a loose shirt on and like boy shorts, and had my short hair, and it was like from behind, and I'm like, is that easy to tell? And it was strangely hurtful, and I'd never felt like that before, and it just like stuck in my mind for the rest of the day and like the rest of the weekend. It was tough. And it's weird because I think it was just because I'd never felt that way before. And so, of course, after that, I was just like, damn, am I trans? Am I something else? Yeah. And it's strange because I've been having a hard time coming to terms with the fact, okay, logically, we're gonna go here this way. Logically, I've always been okay with the idea of being in between genders. Like, that makes sense to me. I understand. But there is some deeply ingrained part of me that believes I have to choose between strictly male or strictly female. And that's been really hard to get around because there's just like some deep part of my psyche that keeps bringing that to the forefront as like an issue, and it really shouldn't be. I've been talking to one of the school counselors, and he was like, "Who told you had to choose?" And I'm like, "No one. No one has. If anything, everybody's like, no, you don't have to." Everyone's like the opposite of that, but I told him there's just some part of me that thinks, well, believes, like, strongly believes that I have to choose. And it's been a struggle to get over that. Since I don't identify as either, like, as 100% male or female. And I guess I'm kind of searching for a label that really fits, even though I've been like identifying and like comfortable with being like gender fluid for about a year, but at the same time it still doesn't feel like quite right. It's like names, it just doesn't feel right, and I guess I'm waiting for that kind of eureka moment that so many people seem to have when they find that one term that just fits. And they're like, that's me. But I just haven't found that yet, and maybe I won't. Maybe I'll just have to kind of find one that mostly fits me and just use that to describe how I'm feeling, like in conversation. Like, I'm not saying that I'm going to find a label and then try to make myself into that label. That's not at all what I'm saying, but just trying to find language to express how I'm feeling to people who don't understand or who need words to understand. And there is something going on outside. There is cheering. I thought I heard fireworks earlier. I don't even know. This town. Anyhow, so that's mostly it, I guess. I guess I'm still just coming out to myself about these feelings. And it really helps that I've had people to talk to. Like, I have a couple close friends who I've had to, like, vent to. And my mother has been extremely supportive. I've talked to her at length about all this stuff, and while she doesn't quite understand, she's very encouraging of exploration, and she's advised me to just be, and that's what I'm trying to do. And this counselor has been helping, and I have very supportive friends, and it helps that I go to art school, which is full of awesome queer folk. And yeah, so I'm getting to a good place. It's gonna take some time to be completely comfortable with who and what I am. I guess it's finding what I am that is difficult right now, but we'll get there. Meanwhile, I've been talking for nearly 11 minutes, and I really should get back to work, so I will leave it at that. And this will probably be a semi-regular thing, kind of as a journal. That's what vlogging is, right? So, yeah. Nice to meet ya. Peace out.